So we have just a couple of minutes of walking and exploring the hub area of the game, Academia, if you want to read out a little bit more, Fan.
Yeah, I'm going to try. This one's a doozy. We have a $250 from Gunnar Dyne. I hear some people may know what's coming. I will do my best here. Punarm Dyne here. It's great to be back at RPG Limit Break for the third time now. I was so excited that it was hard to sleep, so the state of REM took me a long time to reach. It's also time to reveal the usual ace up my sleep and bring on the puns that really cater to the audience in both good and bad ways. I'll hopefully make Machina more donations throughout the marathon than last year, so the comments will likely be shorter, but not this one. Despite that, I still plan to throw in everything I can, including the kitchen sink, because I have a full tray of puns. So keep yo bats in the belfry, as you'll never truly be able to get rid of these types of comments. Are you really going to not enjoy the groans and facepalms the couch and audience are bound to have? Do you really want to deny witnessing such great reactions? Can you really call for me to cease and desist? Even Susaya video compilation of last year's puns, and she loved it. I said to her, I'll call you later, and can assure everyone this will be a great marathon. But even if a mob does form, I have my car idling outside in case I need to make a hasty retreat. Good luck to Scent on the run, and remember, if Seven is an amnesiac detective who is joining up with you in playing the nonary game after having saved a bunch of kids from it in the past, you're playing the wrong game.
Matt, give that man a raise.
I was going to say, can we give him a round of applause for getting that right through? Man, that was a tongue twister.
Speaking of time, do you think you can give me a couple minutes here if you got time?
We've got probably 5 minutes of quests, so whatever you got.
5 minutes.
You have 5 minutes of donations.
Yeah, we're just going to.
I think that was a bad idea that you just said I have 5 minutes. Because I got a beautiful disaster here that's just been waiting to happen.
Japanese.
All right.
I think
I will accept it. I will accept the disaster.
I think there's someone on the couch that knows exactly what's coming. We got a $250 donation from someone in the audience named Gunnar Dyne.
Here we go. Who is it? Who's dead to me?
And I'm going to apologize for this right now.
Here we go.
His speech is coming right now. Don't worry.
Here we go.
Punarm Dyne here. Thanks again to the staff for this privilege of hosting Adventures of Mana. As a result, I'm full of mithra and merriment, feeling right as rain, while hoping all of you arena state of enjoyment too. I'm going to butcher some of these names, just warning you now. It's also great to see more Xenoblade, especially this early in the marathon. We can be a Zerda great experience in watching, and even more if you go and play yourselves to cut through the fog and veil of experience. In fact, you can graduate from the School of Xenoblade. You could even call it your alma mater. One thing to ask about these games is if online reviewing for their restaurants is a thing. Don't we want them to say, people who love us on Yelp, our food is so great, and people will Wolfric right down. Right, I'm going to fry for that one. But if I had a Mikal for every facepalm and glare these puns generate, I'd be rich and could Mikal for more donations.
2 hours.
So, quite a cycle. That's all for now, as it feels like I've been sitting in a rickety chair all day. But having been in the stream room since the first run, my idling car is now dead, and I have Dromark all the way to the nearest service station. Who said that? Come here. We're almost done here. And Dromark to the nearest service station after I zeke it out on the map. Good luck to Vaxar. Just remember, if Torna is the name of a canal that requires a key from an old man in a nearby village, you're playing the wrong game. And he was so kind to put at the end, and high spirits, I'm sorry, but not sorry you had to read another one of mine.
Thank you. That was fantastic.
Shout
Shout out to the Elma Master though. That was the best one.
That was good.
That was a good one.
I'll give him
All
that.
the Xenoblade X ones were just mind-blowing, because like Xenoblade X, as cool as it is, many people just forget about every characters as there is.
Yeah.
Just Alma, Lynn, and then everyone else is forgotten. Good job.
Well, I hated my time going through it. It was very clever. Good job.
All right, if I get in with the donation.
Yeah, I'm about to finish this up. Go right ahead.
All right, so we've got a $125 donation from Gunarm Dyne. Punarm Dyne here. Odin Sphere is such a great game, and the remake absolutely blew it out of the park, so it's definitely an all-time favorite. It's late, and no doubt a lot of us are tired by now, but just drink a gallon or two of coffee to wake back up, because the runners are going to grab a brawn and sweep through the enemies, bringing them a lot of pain in this great race. If they start to tire, we'll go the DBZ route to be Cauldron to give them our energy, and they'll be right back onks when they get recharged. Yeah, not a lot of puns this time.
Time loss.
But Ozzy took them like a champ during the Legend of Gaia last year, so I'll give him a break. Good luck to both Ozzy and Delphinite, and remember, if your Buka is actually your thief fused with a wolf, fish, and a bullman, you're playing the wrong game.
And I think now's a good time to read that donation, because we have to watch this fusion
and
tutorial.
real quick, I'm gonna fight a boss in just a moment. I'm just gonna beat him to death and cast magic. It's nothing super special.
Yeah, because you really don't have that many abilities on the table right now.
Anyway.
All right. We got a $125 donation. Punarm Dyne here. You really think it would be a bad idea to donate during a midnight run of Shadow Hearts? I know the plot of every game is basically about a Garland boy, but to not support this relay would be uncaring towards our three runners. They and others may yell at me for even more puns, but I'm not about to sell short of having so much fun writing these messages while telling our runners, you can do it. After all, it's only courtesy for an overnight run. Not to mention, if a friend brings you Inugami likes at some point, it's best to return the favor. If it's getting cold in the room, we can probably order some schloop to warm you up. If the people at the restaurant, we send someone to Ramanover for food, ask what's it for, just tell them Iasant for it. Good luck, Garrick, Bowie, and Tyler. Just remember, if you run into a member of the Valentine family whose name is Vincent, you're playing the wrong game.
Feel free to read a quick donation while we have these really long enemy faces.
We have a $125 donation from Gunarm Dyne saying, Punarm Dyne here. You know more of this was on its way. They say that puns are the only type of joke that can cause physical pain, but it certainly isn't a sin to crack one. And they aren't as easy to come up with as you might think. It's a real mental trek to wade through a bunch of potential names for ideas in many cases, but any Fire Emblem game certainly has Zealot to choose from. So no fear in being stumped on ideas for this one.
Fear. Hi, Fear.
The conditions here have been great. Thus, Fa.
He's
nice
using
and
the
sunny,
old names.
not too windy, not too warm. Hopefully it lasts for the week, but Sophia, so good.
I messed this up like 3 times about that.
Good job.
It's all your fault. Okay, give me a second.
And then this is going to take about that same amount of time it did last time, so if you want to read off a few donations.
It's a good time for a few donations.
All right, finishing up that Gunarm Dyne donation.
Oh dear.
Sorry.
Oh dear. Did we interrupt you?
Yeah, there's actually more.
Oh God.
It's also nice weather to go for a nice walk, so be sure to get out there and feel the burn. Good luck, Kirby Master, and remember, if your boy Roy is actually a Koopaling wielding a magic wand to cause mischief around the Magic Kingdom, you're playing the wrong game.
I just love all the Roy memes from Smash. They're just so good.
I got a $5 donation for you here from all the teleported enemies in the 4th dimension. It says, "We are sorry. Please send help."
Has he seen Warmack?
Has he seen Warmack?
Has he seen Warmack? I was supposed to have like a lunch date with Warmack last year, and I missed him.
Got a quick $1 donation for you from Red Silvers. It says, only saying their name backwards can return the monsters from the 4th dimension. I got a $10 donation from Miuk Imal. It says, I said my name backwards, but I'm still stuck in the 4th dimension. We do have another $5 donation from Nuik Imal. It says, of course I'm angry. Every time I get out of the 4th dimension, you send me right back. I'm also angry at the host for censoring the last half of my previous comment. I'll take care of you after my revenge on Taskbot if I ever get out of here again. I'd also like to take this time to remind everybody that we are RPG Limit Break, a PG-13 stream. Just PG even.
And I'm gonna be reading a few more donation comments. Once again, we've received them all, but there's just so many that we can't possibly read all of them. Let's go with this one by Gunarm Dyne for $125. And it says, Punarm Dyne here. It's been nice up here, but as has been raining down at my place this week, while I won't have to water my lawn, I'll have to kneel down and pull weeds sooner rather than later, since those things never give a Gaia break. Or maybe just hire a neighborhood kid to do so and have him bill me. Then again, it still beats the cold and freezier weather we were having just last week, so it's easy to care about it now. But I promised shorter comments, so no need to yak or babble on for too long. Good luck to both Seal and Bowie on the race. So, as we all know, it takes a strong will to achieve this highly technical run. May the winner be able to proudly declare, game, set, and match. And of course, if the solid enemy you can run into is a snake instead of an arm, you're playing the wrong game. Thank you very much, Punarm Dyne.
Alright, there's one that's particularly long, so you'll have to let me know when we have about a minute for that.
Alright. This is the minute, so may as well go for it.
Alright, well, you can probably guess who it's from. We have a $125 donation from Punarm Dyne.
Nice.
Punarm Dyne here. Star Ocean runs, especially ones with a bonus meter, can be brutal and unforgiving. They require a lot of precise movements, strong technique, and quick thinking to point out that it is a miracle that nothing goes wrong. The runner can't millie about, nor let a setback faze him in any way. Because of this, the runs are exciting, and the crowd will be on the edge of their seats, without outright going over the cliff. Feeling earnest in their support by looking forward, not at the floor or Celine, as the runner shows no fear.
Oh, that's fantastic.
The runner may have to fiddle around with the routing a bit, but the odds of failing are entirely for a skilled one is nin to nil.
Oh, wow.
Still going.
Still going. Nice. Keep it going.
Appreciate the dedication.
If any runners say we need the audience to back us up, we'll respond with, we're here for you. We refuse to be a traitor to the cause. Good luck to some DDR noob, and just remember, if your Iris dies because the main villain stabs her from above, you're playing the wrong game. Yes, that was for Star Ocean 1 remake instead of 4, but it was too good not to use.
Oh yes, it has so many puns from all the Star Ocean games, so thank you so much, Gunarm Dyne.
Alright, so anyway, we're going to chill for a bit here, some story stuff. If there's more donations, good time. If not, then I can explain some of the stuff that's happening here.
We actually have a $125 donation from Gunarm Dyne. So it's a little bit long, but I'm going to try this.
Okay.
This is a good time for it, so.
Go right ahead.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Punarm Dyne here. I'm back for another donation after Kasumin. A good meal at McDonald's. Oh. Yeah, the audience will pawn me, and someone may punch me in the Kessler for that one. But not after eating much all day. it was still good enough to the point where I shed a tear. Anyway, we know that any Suikoden game has a lot of characters, so I'll limit everything to just the first game. I mean, there are 108 characters, so I won't be Liu-kan too hard for windows of opportunity. So sorry, but not Sarah at the same time. Despite that, it is a fantastic series as each hero is led on by a growing army, much like a conductor drives a wonderful melody. That's all for now, so thank you all for subscribing to my TED Talk. Good luck to Zero Elite on the run. And remember, if Clyde ends up being a gunman who fights robots and dinosaurs in the Old West, you're playing the wrong game.
Thank you. Those are beautiful puns.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Thank
Well
you,
done.
but how are you a person?
I thought it was quite punny.
I like that.
Real quick, I do have a donation of $5 from Gunarm Dyne. No puns, but Schtoltenheim's description makes it sound like you're playing the wrong game, the game.
We also have a $10 donation from Gunarm Dyne. Thanks again for the opportunity to host Breath of Fire 4. Have a Baconator on me, Bowie, though you have to wait until Skyrim to claim it. Maybe.
And we got time for a donation again, if there's any.
We do have a long one if we have a little bit of time.
Yeah.
All right, this is $125 from Gunarm Dyne.
Oh no.
Punarm Dyne here. Being an 80s kid, it's easy to say I pity the foo who isn't enjoying the scenery around here. Though, as is said in Chrono Trigger, mountains are nice. I actually grew up and graduated near the ocean, so you could say I attended Umiversity. But I had to donate as Magic Knight Rayearth, as it was one of my first anime, even though people are now threatening to call the Polizu over these puns. Despite that, I won't fail you all. I don't plan to jump at Shido's, and will ask a staff member for a bodyguard if necessary. Bug. If I do get attacked, I'll see me on the evening news. Good luck and no pressure to Shentak on the run, as your Mokono good choice to showcase this game. And if the villain tries to throw you into the cleft of dimension, you're playing the wrong game.
The skill known as the pulverizing bat.
I've got $125 from Gunarm Dyne. Punarm Dyne here. Speedrunning truly is an art form as much as it is a science. After all, it really takes a touch of fitness to accommodate that many things that could go wrong, and not perler brain muscle. If you need to perkle up, I can always suggest coffee and donuts, but not too much, as it may result in more than just a simple buzz. Hopefully everyone's been enjoying some of the great places to eat in the valley. I can recommend curry and kebabs downtown, especially as Dalam there is especially tasty. Don't be picky, defeat the feelings of ever-dread, pokey around the area, break the monotony, thread the needle, pull star your interests, and try something new. Good luck to Daniel RGT in making this the third strongest run of the event. And, of course, if your Prince's Moo training involves defeating a pair of vampires in a sunken city, well, you're playing the wrong game.
So have you got anything else, Palmer?
I do. I have a $10 donation from Gunarm Dyne.
Uh-oh. You said you weren't going to be awake for this.
I'm on tech next shift.
It says, "Hi, spirits. Don't worry too much about Rufus, since it's revealed he's still alive in Advent Children." Oh, wait. Wrong game.
Probably the same person.
I have $15 from Gunarm Dyne, who says, "No puns for this one." You're welcome, Bob. Just want a shot at that Godslayer logo, Perler.
I've got a, you guys better hold on for this one. I've got $250 from Gunarm Dyne that says, Punarm Dyne here.
Oh,
Get ready.
I'd
liking where this is going.
The original Phantasy Star
Do
game.
we have time for this, really? I don't know.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, the original Phantasy Star games are an interesting experience given that they each require a set amount of rudimentary skills to complete. Thea can be a ton of grinding or a good strategy since they definitely aren't sorry about what they throw at you. Fortunately, each title has at least one character who can carry the whole team nicely, while another is often a huge liability. If you think I'm laying, or making false claims on Maya experience, play them for yourselves and I'll go stand and say, I told you so. By the way, did anyone ever realize that a good name for the old guys who guard the word of power at Skyhaven in Phantasy Star III would be the knights who say nay? Or if you meet a Newman who is never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, could we say that you've Rika rolled? With that said, Alcidian back down in my chair now. Good luck to Bick and Tyler as we dare 'em up support for you. And remember, if Demi is a spell that cuts off a set percentage of enemies' health, you're playing the wrong game. Thank you, Gunarm Dyne.
I like that guy. He at least knows some names of Phantasy Star 3.
And what you've all been waiting for, I'm sure. We have a $250 donation from Gunarm Dyne.
Yeah, River's removing his headset for anyone who can't see that.
Punarm Dyne here. It's time for Cecil to Cecil something once and for all. The game's resident green-haired summoner is the best Final Fantasy girl. If you say otherwise, I may have to get rid of ya. Then again, doing so may get me barred from the event, so we'll agree to disagree. With that done, it's time to tell a related story. One so fabulous that both young and old, those with and without a cane, can enjoy it. I met up with a pal of mine after not seeing him for years. He had been working on a means to reach the edge of the universe despite needing to be at Zeromus to achieve traveling at the speed of light. He said, I sure miss Cydia, but I need help obtaining more research funds. I suggested he learn to cut hair, as doing well at that can make a barbaricia than most. He took our drinks and proceeded to pour them over my head for that one. Good luck to all of Scratch Dragon, Penguinator, Imben, and Swimmy. And remember, if you encounter a villain who openly declares, I want Zemus and Squirrel, you're playing the wrong game.
Oh. The room's too small. I could still hear it. Well played, Gunarm.
$250 from Gunarm Dyne. Punarm Dyne here. Dragon Quest has always been such a great series that I'm always floored at how many each new entries are there. Ne'er a thing that can go wrong with the classic formula of exploring the world to enjoy the Lucius scenery and fighting the Demon Lord's rabble, both indoors and out. And I'm pretty certain I'm not flying solo on that opinion, as there's never a bad time to get into the series. Of course, some of the games can be tricky for newcomers, as Duran most of you have to grind through to being in a rough situation. But keep moving forward and you'll earn the satisfaction of a hard-earned victory either in battle or when save scumming at the casino to stay out of the red. But don't feel sorrow, if you mess up anywhere, it's all part of the experience. Good luck to Clear Tonic on the run, and as expected on the run, and as we expect you to Kyriel tarry through the game before sitting back and enjoying an ice-cold drink. And remember, if someone offers you a ride to the Shoe Puff Puff, you're probably playing the wrong game.
I don't know if I'm impressed or disappointed, but thank you.
That was a very difficult one to read.
Speaking of suffering, I have a donation here from a guy named Gunarm Dyne. Let me know when would be a good time to read that.
No, never.
You ready for this?
No, I love this. Go for it.
Alrighty, $125 from Gunarm Dyne. Punarm Dyne here. I wasn't planning to donate during this run, as I haven't played yet, haven't yet played this game, a mistake I will rectify this year. But this is to answer Bowie's challenge from last night to submit a donation with the 8 travelers' names used for puns. So feel your happiness or feel your sadness at hearing this be read aloud. Despite that, why be so serious? Relax a bit, given how often we hear these puns now. You'll either still cringe at each, or barrack like a champ. And remember this sage advice. Every time you tressa a human girl with cat ears, a cat grows human ears to balance it out. But it usually isn't too happy about it. It's better to give her a very type of proper flower as a gift. In other words, a primrose. Don't worry, Bowie. Therion is almost over. I still owe you that Baconator after all. Good luck to Jello on the rest of the run. And remember, if each character's sub-story in the game is listed as a chapter of The Chosen, you're playing the wrong game.
Bring it on.
Thank you very much, Tony.
That's probably the best anyone could do with the Traveler names.
Thank you very much.
At the end. So this is also a pretty good time for donations because I'm mostly just running around in here.
That looks spooky, but
I've been holding off on this. I've been holding off on this one for a while, but here we go. $125 from Gunarm Dyne. It says, Punarm Dyne here. Here we are at the final run of the event. While we would expect things to mellow out a bit, that's what the finale is for. So keep things peachy, and there's no holding back. So Mac, it is a good one, even if it might go overestimate. I'm struggling through this one, I'm sorry. Don't let the pressure get to you, as I'm definitely not trying to jinx the run. It is because of that the run has to seaside apologize sincerely. But practice makes perfect against enemies, as we're sure you're all able to axe them all down, or at least clean up the yard of which it is messy and needs some weeds hewn down instead. I read that terribly. You can only do one, making it an XOR problem in the binary algebra.
I like
Special
that one.
thanks to all the staff, support, and volunteers, as you've all done a fantastic job in running this event and raising money for a charity to raise awareness on mental health, resulting in a very nice total amount. In fact, one could say you should be nominated for an award. Good luck to Pidge as you close this out. And remember, if the Geno you encounter is actually the name of a dome where humans are processed to make way for the rise of the robots, say it all together now, you're playing the wrong game.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gunnar.
I was waiting for that one.
I have a $300 donation from Gunarm Dyne.
Hey, Dyne.
Hey. Hey, Poexel and Chrono Trigger fans. Luca will be honest and admit, I was afraid I couldn't do this. I had to pour over my budget and make sure they weren't going to pull a lien on my house. Turns out there's not a chance, even though I'm no accounting scholar.
Thank you, Dyne.
Ilo be rooting for you. Ilo be rooting for you. And thanks to everyone who donated so far, because it's not as if anyone's going to Magus do so. So stay at your post.
He's still going.
And have a wonderful run. And one more thing, I'll double this if I can get the Couchin audience to give us all a hearty wonder shot.
Let's go. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Wonder shot!
Man, I don't know if I heard the audience there.
And as he does this mausoleum here, I'd say it's a good time for a couple more donations.
Yep.
Okay, we have $250 from Gunarm Dyne, who says, Punarm Dyne here. So Brasentia thought he could dish out the Cuphead puns. That was simply the last straw. I'll be the one to bowl over his pungent master reputation because I have plenty more on my plate.
Well played.
Anyway, cutscenes. Nika story. You do your thing.
All right, sorry. Yeah, I heard nothing over here. I'm just like, all right. Since we have this wonderful cutscene, Gunarm Dyne sends in $1,250.
Oh no, we know it's coming.
I have to applaud. I guess. I know where this is heading. Thanks, Dyne, by the way.
Get ready. Punarm Dyne here. The Emperor has put out a call to mobilize all forces to arrest a traitorous general. Thus, he sets her up to be placed under lock and key. Do not bother to read her Miranda rights, as she must sell us of her freedom for her crimes, and we will not let this stray go loose. I'll brook her into... Oh, it keeps going. We're halfway.
Yeah, we know.
Get ready. All right. I'll brook her into the nearest jail if I find her myself, but any information leading to her arrest will be rewarded with a whole number, or integer, the amount of gold, and the feeling of zen for bringing glory to the Empire as we terraform the world in our image. Good luck, Puexel. If I was actually there, I'd probably get mogged for all these puns. Go and get them while I watch from home in relative safety.
Thanks, Dyne, for the donation.
So, I actually brought something to help me with when Gunarm Dyne donated, and that's this entire bottle of ibuprofen. Because I think we all probably need this for the headache that we now have.
No, I don't know. Mog looks really happy. I think that Mog enjoyed that one.
Here you go,
I thought you were going to pull out a red card, but how could you red card someone that's not even here?
All right, so if I can interject for a bit.